So one of the biggest mistakes I made was that I did all of this without cohesive buy-in from my team. There was good things that I saw. I'm a visionary. I saw some really good ideas and good things we could pursue, but there's an endless supply of good things you can do. Especially if you're, a visionary, you kind of see what's coming and have a sense for the trends and the pulse on, what's unseen by most people. You kind of have to see those things. It is such a strong temptation to go after those things. And the problem is if you do it too early, and in any case, if you do it without that cohesive buy-in from your team, you're setting yourself up to hurt your core business, to really hurt the beast, and starve the beast, as I say, or you're setting yourself up to really cause a lot of damage to your team when you are pushing forward on something that your team isn't bought in on. I look back and I just know how much I hurt the people on my team. Why? Because a lot of them told me, and a lot of them stuck with me through it, which is just amazing to me, and I'm grateful for that. But I remember one of the things I was after in 2010, this is particularly interesting because it is something now that 9 years later, we're really nailing it now. But it was so premature. I was trying to get into marketing consulting and doing what we called like holistic engagements, where we're doing consulting for digital commerce clients and helping them look at the whole picture and get their marketing right and their fulfillment right, whatever else, all these different pieces. It was taking way too big of a chunk off at that time because we were just trying to get project management right and get our software engineering right and how that integrates with our design. There was plenty that needed attention, and I was trying to take the next step way early. And as a result, I was really starving the beast during that period of time. So the really painful thing for me is there was a lot of really good stuff that we explored early on in that period where I ended up killing the babies because I tried to grow them too early and too fast and without buy-in from the team. And the truth is something you got to be careful about, and the sobering reality is that sometimes we can destroy beautiful things by investing in it before it's time. And that's painful for me. The good news is that what we invested in 2010 has matured now. It came kind of back around and we pieced it together over a period of many years until it just kind of coalesced, and it's really cool what's happening now. But I really feel, I guess, lucky that something I tried to push too early, that not all the things I tried to push too early died. And that's true of the content that we're producing on the leadership training side of things as well. I was wanting to do that back in 2010, so I wrote the book and I wanted to go on a speaking tour, whatever else, and it wasn't time for that. And it seems like things have come together now organically, whereas before I was really trying to force it. And so that's a big part of that. Now, you've got that side, right? The side that I tend to live on is overinvest in the new and starve the beast. Just as often, I think, and maybe even more often, especially once you scale, is the visionary might age out, or like Apple, Apple as a really good example of a major company where the visionary, in this case, died and left behind an integrator. And the integrator tends to focus on the beast, focus on the, feeding the beast and keeping the bills paid and keeping operations running really, really well of what we're doing right now. And they neglect the new. They neglect the ugly babies and don't feed them. And I think that's actually happened in Apple. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they're working on something amazing behind the scenes, but I haven't seen anything new and cool come out of them in a long time. And so innovation just isn't happening. It's happening iteratively instead of as a reinvention cycle. There has to be those iterative cycles and then a reinvention cycle, I think, in order to maintain healthy growth. I think of Wells Fargo Bank, right? Started with, they were a delivery company back in the 1800s or something like that. And now they're a bank. But they held true to their core values and reinvented on top of that in order to stay relevant to the market as the market evolved. That is the importance. That is why it's so important to protect and feed the beast while it protects the new. Because in the end, your beast, your current beast, is going to die. It's going to get old and it's going to die. It's going to wear out, right? Whatever it is that's you're creating differentiation in the market right now, it will not last forever. Electricity was all cool at some point in time. Now it's a utility, right? It's no longer, it's commonplace. And so if you're going to stay relevant, you've got to constantly be innovating, and that means you have to protect the new. But it is a balance. That's really the core, is your current beast has to be protected, well-fed, and prioritized so that it can protect the babies, right? Protect the next generations of growth and opportunity, which is what that new is. But out of fear or out of greed, you can prioritize the beast and say, I'm just going to feed this because look how much, we can maximize the profit. You've got to shave off some of that profit and feed it into the new in order to protect that, so that you have a next generation, so that whenever your beast ages out and dies, you already have a whole set of new little ones that are now mature enough to grow up to the next level and become the beasts that are your new crop, right? That happens in business, and it's a critical cycle, and it demands that balance between feeding the beast and protecting the new. Thanks guys for watching this video. I want to invite you to subscribe to the YouTube channel. Let's keep the conversation going with the community questions on the social media channel of your choice. And finally, for more great content like this, go to originalleadership.com.